provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
tips of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network with your host, Phil Grandy.
I think better things are ahead for us, though, because I think the economy is hanging in there much better than most people expected.
I mean, can you believe these people? Where do they get this stuff from? How do they just come out and say that? You know, it's like almost every day I'd keep telling folks, you got to learn how to sell short. Because if you don't learn how to sell short, you're going to get crushed. It's just a matter of time before this market collapses. And it will collapse. Right now, again, as I've told you over and over, that the only thing holding up this market right now is holding up the banks. And how they hold up the banks using the Bank Term Funding Program. I mean, that's where the real problem is. I mean, we have a big problem with our regional banks. And they're just not getting any support. We've had one of the biggest, and we're in the middle of one of the biggest economic downturns we've ever seen. We have the largest inflation ever, the largest national debt ever. We're paying the largest interest payment ever, but nobody seems to understand that. $700 billion. So you think the market's going to go up? See, the problem is, the majority of today's participants in the stock market, they don't get it because they're tourist investors who never experienced anything but low rates. That's all they've ever experienced, low rates in their through their whole adult life. We talked about this yesterday, the millennials. They never seen anything but cheap loans for homes and cars. They really believe the stock market doesn't crash anymore. As the richest 1%, like Pelosi, right, who controls our Congress, our Federal Reserve, they all benefit from inflation. I mean, they want inflation. I mean, look at Pelosi, what she's done with inflation. She's parlayed a $193,000 job. $193,000 job. You can't live well in San Francisco on $193,000 plus have a home in San Francisco. I mean, in Washington. Are you kidding me? What are you, nuts? She turned that into $35 million by 2010. $35 million by 2010. And just 13 years later, today, $250 million. She turned $35 million into $250 million. That's called inflation. And again, it's all from inflation. It's all from, remember, all her artwork has gone up in value big time. Her vineyards has gone up in value. Her exotic real estate in the Solomon Islands all have gone up. Everything she owns, all her assets, it just made her very wealthy. And the tourist investor, the millennials, they don't understand the consequences of QE. You know, it was QEs that drove this market 1,200% from 2008 to January 2022, and finally that was the end of it, and the market went down 38%. But the tourist investors, the millennials, they don't understand what QE means. When you keep rates too low for too long, it encourages all these bad investments. Not just individuals, not just corporations, but government. They call them malinvestments. They're mistaken investments. There's no returns. Congress is the worst. Even CEOs of companies. See, a QE, when you do QE, try to get these zero rates, it's unsustainable. These rallies are unsustainable. Yes, you get this excessive growth, but you also get inflation, excessive inflation. And then you're losing the purchasing power in your dollar, then it all catches up. And this inflation is done purposely. It's by design. Because again, inflation creates value, asset values. So it's done by design. It's the richest 1% who control everything. That's what they want, inflation. They want more inflation. Higher inflation, the more money these people make. But we should be embarrassed. Think about it for a moment. How could the United States be experiencing one of the largest economic downturns ever? This country. How can we have the largest inflation ever, the highest national debt ever, the largest interest payment on that debt, $700 billion, the largest and the quickest increase in national debt ever? A single president, Biden, increased our national debt by $1 trillion in 90 days. We should be embarrassed. When the last time we hit $1 trillion, it took 172 years, 46 presidents. The first time, I mean, this is crazy. Deficits cause inflation. All we do is keep spending more money than we take in tax revenue. And people see the market staying up. Oh, we're going to be okay. No, you're not going to be okay. These regional banks are going to collapse. People have no idea what's going on with regional banks. They're going to collapse. They're going to collapse big time. It's going to take this market down. So, how could our deficits under Biden increase in just 9 months to a record 170% more than the same time last year? 170% more. So think about it. He's spending more money than he takes in revenue. That creates our deficits. And that deficit has increased just 9 months. Another 170%. Compare that to last year at the same time. That's a $450 billion spending increase this guy did. Are you kidding? And then we have the largest interest payment, $700 billion. What are you, nuts? How could we have gone from being an oil-independent nation to an oil-dependent nation in 30 days? We should be embarrassed. We've been duped. People don't know it. There should be buses going down to Washington. We've been duped. But nobody gets on a bus to go to Washington. Nobody cares. I don't think they don't care. They just don't understand. How can we be heading for a recession instead of stagflation? Even Jamie Dimon came out today talking about now he thinks it's going to be stagflation. I told you that last week. I told you this the other day. We're not. Anybody thinks we're going into a recession is nuts. We're going into stagflation, which is the worst thing you could be in. The stagflation, all of a sudden everything stops. Boom. Nobody's doing business anymore. Boom. Wave of layoffs. Boom. All kinds of layoffs. Your dollar gets crushed. No purchasing power. And you can't get out of inflation by just, let's do another QE. Let's print more money, buy treasuries, put those 10-year treasuries, we'll keep buying them. That interest rate will drop. And then we can get the Federal Reserve to drop their interest rate. We'll get their interest rate back to less than 1%. We can buy cars and everything else will be okay again. That's how everybody thinks. That's why the stock market's not crashing. One of the reasons. Oh, but it's going to crash. It's going to crash big. How could we be spending far more than the revenue we're taking in and nobody down in Washington screaming and yelling? How could we have, right now, we have the most powerful Federal Reserve and the most powerful Senate and Housing Banking Committee in the world. How do they allow this to happen? They're supposed to oversee all this stuff. How do they do that? Do they keep a blind eye? Better learn how to sell short.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works. Hey folks, Phil Grandy from Phil's Gang Radio Show. Are you going to let Wall Street control your financial freedom? Are you nuts? Learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know, especially how to profit in a stock market crash. I'm offering a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. No nonsense, just actionable insights. Don't miss out. Sign up to be a Phil's Gang member and secure your financial freedom. Visit www.philsgang.com today.
That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, join the gang, free for 10 days. And please, during that 10 days, you're going to learn how to buy stocks, but you're also going to learn how to sell stocks short. I just gave an alert to my members, NVIDIA. They're going to do everything to hold up NVIDIA and make sure it doesn't go down. Matter of fact, there's even a pool going on where the big funds, big hedge funds. They're pooling money together to hold that stock up. It'll break. Told my members in the next week or two, just watch it. It'll break. It'll go down. You know what? It's really disgusting. Think about this. Why are we even in this position? Why is inflation this high? We have the most powerful Federal Reserve. We have the most powerful Senate and House banking committees. I mean, these are powerful committees. The power they have is incredible. Now, remember, the job for the Senate and House Banking Committee, along with the Federal Reserve, they're responsible for looking out for you, for Main Street, for the working and class, the middle class, the hardworking folks on Main Street, the people who make anywhere a family income, 2 people working, $65,000 to $100,000. Now, what their job is to try to keep our economy, our nation, especially our banks, on sound footing. That's their job. That's why they sit on these committees, Senate and House bank committees. Again, working along with the Federal Reserve. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to monitor our government, monitor the deficits. Is the government spending more money than they're taking in? It's supposed to monitor that. Now, those deficits, remember, are linked directly to what? Inflation. That's right. And inflation is the biggest threat to our entire economy, our entire system of government. And remember, it's more of a threat than war, terrorism, pandemic. And it's far more of a threat than the environment. And every president, except for the one now, and Jimmy Carter, those 2 presidents didn't get that. They didn't get that. Inflation's a terrible thing. Terrible thing. That's what took Rome down. That's what took Rome down finally. So, if the entire purpose is to monitor, to look out for the middle class and the working class, then why did they not warn Silicon Valley Bank? Why didn't the Senate and House banking committees and the Federal Reserve, why did they not warn Silicon Valley Bank and Regions Bank and all the other 180 regional banks? Remember what they were doing? They were purchasing assets. Because remember, it was hard to make money. Interest rates at 0%. So they're out there purchasing mortgage-backed securities, these regional banks, treasuries, and they're trying to get yields of at least 3%, 2.5%, 3%. Think of it as profits. They're just trying to increase some yields. But they would be losing value of treasuries and the mortgage-backed securities if the Federal Reserve was to raise rates. And exactly what the Federal Reserve, the Senate, and the House Banking Committee knew they were going to do. So there are the banks, the regional banks out there, purchasing these assets, not making much money on them, and while they're purchasing these assets, this group, who's supposed to be monitoring us, monitoring them, making sure everything's okay, said nothing to them. They knew they were going to raise rates to fight inflation, and they sat back watching them purchase these assets of mortgage-backed securities and treasuries, knowing when they start raising rates, it would bust these banks. It would bust these banks. Why would they do that? They said nothing. Pocahontas said nothing. So both the Federal Reserve and the Senate House Banking Committee sat back. And they watched them. And they kept watching. Because remember, they monitor them. They know exactly how many mortgage-backed securities they're buying in treasuries. So, what happened? The Federal Reserve and the Senate House Banking Committee stood by, no warning. Then they start raising. Boom, raise prices. Oh, we're fighting inflation. Are you kidding me? It was killing these banks. All of a sudden, they started to go down. Silicon Valley Bank, Regions Bank starts going down. So what'd they do? They turned around and they got all these depositors who aren't insured. So they said, here's what we'll do. We'll go in and we'll make whole all your depositors. We'll make sure they didn't lose money. And they didn't. But wait a minute, hold on. Well, you're going to do the same thing for the other 180 regional banks right now that are teetering on for going broke? There's 180 banks ready to go broke. And why is it that they're not taking care of those banks? They're not taking care of those banks, 108. They said, no, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to commit to making those uninsured depositors whole, because here's why. Because there's commercial loans out there. We're going to take them down. These are loans that were in 2017. We had interest rates at zero. People were leveraging these loans, interest-only loans that were due. Remember, 2017, they were all due in 2023. But the question is, well, why did you let them do that? Why were you allowing these loans, giving loans out for near zero rates when they're just unbelievable? And you don't think this market's going to crash? You got to be nuts. You have no idea what's going on. Join our gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy at philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member. and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Think about it for a moment. We have the Senate, House, and Banking Committee. Their job is to monitor the banks. They're supposed to be out there taking care of us. They're supposed to be monitoring our investments. And they've done nothing. They've allowed all this to happen. Now we got another 180 regional banks, but few people are shorting them. I don't get it. We've been shorting the regional banks. KRE is the ETF. We started to short these. They're going to go down big. They're going to keep going down. That's what's going to take this whole market down. The banks. See, banks are the leadership. And what they've done, they've been able to turn around and take the tech stocks and replace the leadership with the tech stocks. They can't do that anymore. Because yields, high yields, higher interest rates, and interest rates are going to keep going up. Oh, and by the way, don't listen to this crap. Okay, oil's coming down again because the economy's so bad, there's no demand for it. It's going to start coming down. Really? They said the same thing about that. Here, I'll put up USO. I'm going to put up on my chart. If you're following me, you can see this. What a bunch of crap this is. USO, here you go. We bought USO back in, it was around $64. And that was back in July sometime, July 6th. It went up from about $64. It went up to about $75. So it's about a 17% gain. Then it pulled back from about $75 down to $70. And everybody was saying the same thing. That's it. That's it for oil. It never, on my chart, my color-coded chart, it never turned red. Not once, which means that the big institutions weren't pulling the money out. But all you kept hearing is, oh, it's over for oil. That's it. Oil, it's over with. So now it rallied from $70, stayed green, we're still in it, and it went up to around $82. Now it's been between $80 and $82. About another 17% gain. So when it reached $82, and that was back on September 19th, this is USO. USO is the United States Commodity Funds, okay, United States Oil Fund. It's a good one to watch. You can also watch XLE if you want. But now it pulled back from $82.19, I'm talking about per share, and now it's down to around, it dropped to around $79.80. And people say, oh, that's it, oil, it's over now. Yet there's no demand. The economy's so bad around the world, there's no demand. And that's true. Do you really believe that the people who hate us the most in the world, who play in the sandbox over there, 80% of the people who produce oil hate us? And they got together and they're cutting production. They're cutting production. You think they're going to push production now just because oil pulled back a little bit? That's called profit taking. People take profit. Now, if you want to make money in oil, you wait and watch USO. If that gets above, I'd say around $85, even 84, I'd go as much as 84. You better own it because it's going to keep going higher. But I want to get back to what makes no sense at all, is that the regional banks, they're supposed to be monitored by the Senate House and Banking Committee. And now they have refused to commit to the 180 regional banks, our Senate and Banking Committee, that they will take care of the uninsured depositors. Now, why do you think they're not going to take care of the uninsured depositor? Even though they took care of the uninsured deposit in the regional bank and also SVB, Silicon Valley Bank. Why would they do that? Because here's what's going on. Because in 2017, remember, interest rates were super low. People were getting levered up, buying commercial real estate. I mean, it was like crazy. People were buying commercial real estate all over the place. So now people are loaded up on debt and commercial real estate. That's 2017. But remember, these loans had to be paid off in 2023. Yeah, where we are now. Interest rates have since skyrocketed. Skyrocketed. Now, the problem with all these properties probably have 50% of the tenants. So if you had a strip mall, half of your tenants are gone. You have an office building, more than half of your tenants are gone. So what's happening is the banks are just getting notice of, here's your keys. Take my office. Take my strip mall. You can have it. Unbelievable what's going on. The cash flow can't cover even the loans that they had with these low rates because they lost half their tenants. And who has all this stuff? The 180 banks. So they're not going to back these 180 banks. And you think these 180 banks aren't going to go down? But where were they? Why would they? This should have never happened to begin with. Should have never happened. But they allowed it to happen. Because why? Because Nancy Pelosi wants inflation. All the other gangsters down there in Washington, they want inflation. Why? Because her vineyard went up in value by $18 million. Her artwork went up by $22 million. Same with the other gangsters down there. They want inflation. And you're telling me you don't want to learn how to sell short in the market. You're going to be just fine with your 401k. You're going to sit there because all you've seen is the market always goes up because the government always bails out the market. I understand that. If I was a millennial, I'd understand that too. Imagine millennials have never seen a crash in the market. All they know is the market always goes up because the government, when it comes down, they make sure it goes back up again. That's how they think. But it's true. It's not going to happen this time. So now, these big commercial banks Okay, now they're going to make up a score on this because, see, what's going to happen is this is all done on purpose. So the guys who sit on the Senate Housing and Bank Committees, okay, they're owned. They're owned by Jamie Dimon and all the big boys. They make sure they get into Congress. They make sure they get on the Senate Banking Committee because now they're going to pick up these little banks, these regional banks for pennies on the dollar. Remember when Baby Bush in 2008, just before Obama became president, how they both got together and made a deal. Let's keep the big banks alive. Everybody was saying, no, take the big banks, break them up, and sell their parts to the 8,000 other banks. Oh, no. They kept the big boys alive. They kept the big boys alive, and they took care of them. But they let the little banks go down. Well, that's what they're going to do now. They're going to do that again. And you don't think the market's going to crash? So all these uninsured depositors now are running away from the small regional banks, and they're running to the big prestigious banks like Jamie Dimon's bank, J.P. Morgan, and Citi and Wells Fargo, all running to these banks. And they feel safe because they're you know what Jamie Dimon's going to give you for your money? Something like 0.01%, like 1/10 of one, like 10 cents. And by the way, if you go to Jamie Dimon's bank and he's going to give you 0.01%, you got to give him $5 for him to take your money. Yeah, they charge you $5. So all these people are running out of all these banks. All these regional banks going to Jamie Dimon and Wells Fargo and Citi. We got to pay $5 to beg them to take your money. How did we get there? Who's sitting on these banking committees? It's unbelievable, isn't it? But it's not if you know how to short stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, You'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, welcome back to Phil's Gang. I want you to think about this for 1 second, right? Jamie Dimon. So you go to his bank, right? You leave your little regional bank because you're scared to death, because you should be, because there's no guarantee that you'll have any insurance. So you run to Jamie Dimon, and you got to pay him $5 a month. So you got to open your savings account, pay him $5 a month. You got to pay him $5 a month, and it gives you 0.01%, right? And he doesn't even give you a toaster. You don't even get a toaster. He probably gives you the crumbs from his toaster at home. Probably gives those out. When's the last time a bank gave you a toaster? Wow, how things have changed. So, what you need to do is understand, if you're one of these people who say, I'm going to just hold. I'm a buy and holder, man. I just buy and hold. Good luck. 80% to 85% will lose money because you're buy and holders. Now, I'm not saying you don't. We hold stocks, some stocks, for a long time. As long as the trend continues to go up, you hold your stock. Our color-coded chart helps us too, because the trend can go up for a while and then break, but it lets us know when it's going to break before it does. It turns red, or it turns yellow first and turns red. So we can turn around and short it. But think about this. If you're holding on to your stock, it's crazy. Because buy and hold retail investors buying and holding ignores the essential investment concept of risk management. That is the worst strategy. It's a failed strategy of I'm going to buy and hold. It's a failure. The other reason why your brokers have introduced that buy and hold strategy to their clients, because it takes no effort on their part. They hold your hand. They make you feel good. Just hold your hand is what they're doing. There's no effort on their part. There's no skill on their part. There's no intelligence on their part to manage it. And you sit there and keep losing and losing and losing. And they get a huge compensation. Are you nuts? You got to do something else. The other thing I don't get is, why do people keep just buying tech stocks when interest rates are going up? And if they do go to QE to drop interest rates back down to zero, which would never happen because the stagflation would be humongous. I mean, just humongous. But the good news is gold would go through the roof. Gold would go through the roof. gold miners. So if you hear them going back to QE and they decide to do it because again, they just want to create inflation so Pelosi can get wealthier and all their friends, we're going to buy the hell out of gold mining stocks because that's where all the money's going to go. But buy and hold doesn't work. And the other thing, too, when the Senate and House Bank Committee, they always make it sound like they're taking care of you, the small investor. You're going to be okay. No, you're not. Because what they don't do is they allow monopolies to keep making money. And I mean, we have huge monopolies that keep raising their prices. They just keep raising their prices. Nobody stops them. No one stops them. If it was a small business, I'll guarantee you we'd be stopped in a heartbeat. If a small business raised their rates and 3 or 4 small businesses got together trying to pay their rent and raise their rates, they'd go to jail. But large corporations, what a bunch of gangsters. They're causing the inflation. I love it when the president comes out and says, this consumer, they're all the fault. They're the ones causing inflation. They're spending too much money. You know what a bunch of crap that is. But it amazes me that all these large corporations, their profit margins, especially in food, I'm talking about food, I'm talking about stuff, companies that are involved in what we need, okay, whether it's fertilizer, food, anything like that. And their profits, their margins keep getting bigger and bigger. The bag where they keep the food in gets smaller and smaller. And these corporations keep raising their prices at the grocery store. But you got to understand, in the food industry, grocery stores, I'm not about the grocery stores themselves, but the products in that grocery store are all monopolies. Whether it's ice cream or butter, everything is a monopoly. They get together, they keep raising prices. Nobody understands that either. And they get away with it. Because why? Because they own the overseers. They own the people who are in the Senate and House Banking Committee, who's supposed to be overseeing everything that's going on. But they never go after these large corporations, and they love inflation because they use the inflation to mask all their price increases. So I'm just going to reach out to you one more time and say, look, this market, I know you don't believe it's going to crash. I am telling you, this market is going to collapse. I've never seen a market this bad. The only thing that's holding up this whole market right now is the 2008 Term Security Facility, which they changed the name in 2023 to Bank Term Funding Program. And they're plowing money into that to hold up the banks, to hold up the regional banks, trying to figure out what the hell to do with them. And that's what's holding this market together. And it's not gonna be much longer. Believe me, it's not. And if they get crazy and they decide, hey, let's go back to QE, let's go back to zero rates, then we'll make a fortune in gold mining stocks. You can follow me to gold mining stocks, okay? In oil right now, oil's still going to go up. And as I can give you this, USO, when it gets up to around 80, I'd say $84. It's around 82, the top right. It's right now about 80, down 80.89. Yeah, mark down about $84. Breaks above $84, we're heading to at least 125. If it breaks above $84, we're on our way. But all we're having right now is just pullback, and everybody, all the fake business networks are telling us how, oh, this is it. Yep, oil's going down. If you really think our enemies in the sandbox over there are going to do us a favor, are you nuts? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So look, the banking stocks, the big banking stocks, they're not going to fall like our regionals, okay? Our regionals are really falling nicely. And if you look at our KRE, that's the ETF for all the regional stocks, we've been short those, and that's really, really doing well. Okay, really doing well. Remember how they told you to buy like Hershey and all those if the economy's getting bad? Really? That was good advice, right? Hershey, we started to short Hershey around $260. You know where it is today? $205. The majority of my members, that's 21%. The majority of my members, I had them get out when it was right around 214. Or, I'm sorry, no, not 214. I had them get out when it was around. It was probably around 214, somewhere in that area there. Because once you get under a certain amount, you have to be a little careful, okay? But that was a great short. That was a great short. Now, I'm telling you, NVIDIA, I know you don't think that's going to go down, but you keep an eye on that for another week or so. And if it's right now it's trading at 418. If it breaks below 401, that's going to fall like a flying monkey. Take a look at that. That's going to fall, okay? And all these other stocks, Starbucks, look at Starbucks, got really hit hard, okay? Starbucks was hit hard. That was a good short, too. And the one all our airlines were good shorts, too. So you're missing out on all these good shorts. You keep on getting stocks hoping they're going to go up. They're not going to go up. Because, see, the banks aren't leading anymore. And without the banks leading, it's over. Tech stocks can't rally a market. Oh yeah, they can give you that 1,200 point rally during QE, but that's over now. That's over now. So you got to get back to reality here. So join my gang, free for 10 days. Let us reach out to you, and then you reach back to St. Jude. You help them. That's pretty good for all of us. See you on the chart. Please remember St. Jude.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.